Did you know that some of the simplest things men do at night may quietly fuel prostate trouble later on? If you're in your 60s, 70s, or even 80s and find yourself waking up several times to use the bathroom, feeling a dull pressure in your lower belly, or just sensing that something isn't quite right, you're far from alone. Here's the truth. Most prostate problems don't simply appear because of age. They're often shaped and worsened by habits. The kind of small, everyday choices we don't even think twice about. In this video, we're going to uncover 5 nighttime mistakes many men make without realizing the strain they place on their prostate. These aren't scare tactics or wild claims. They're based on years of observing how lifestyle patterns affect men's health over time. And what's surprising is how ordinary the culprits seem: a big dinner before bed, that one extra glass of water, holding it in when you feel the urge to go. They feel harmless in the moment, but your prostate feels every ounce of pressure. Night after night, those choices slowly create tension, swelling, and irritation in a gland that's already sensitive as you grow older. Stay with me through this video, because we'll not only reveal these 5 common habits, we'll also talk about simple shifts you can make to give your prostate the relief it's been asking for. Imagine fewer wake-ups, lighter mornings, and a bladder that finally feels like it's working with you instead of against you. And it may all start with changing just one habit tonight. Let's dive in. Number 1. Drinking too much water before bed. A surprisingly overlooked habit that can quietly put extra strain on the prostate is loading up on fluids right before bedtime. Many older adults are encouraged to drink plenty of water to keep their kidneys, digestion, and circulation running smoothly. That advice is good, but timing is everything. When most of that hydration happens after dinner, especially an hour or two before sleep, it can backfire. As the years pass, the prostate naturally grows larger in many men. This growth gently squeezes the urethra, slowing the flow of urine and making it harder to completely empty the bladder. Now picture pouring more water into that already stressed system at night. Instead of enjoying a full stretch of restful sleep, the bladder fills again and again, sending urgent signals that pull you out of bed. What feels like just aging may actually be the result of poor timing your prostate trying to keep up with an unnecessary nighttime challenge. Imagine this: you finally settle into bed after a long day. The room is dark, your body begins to relax, and sleep gently takes over. Just as you drift into deep rest, your bladder jolts you awake with a sudden urge. You stumble to the bathroom, half asleep, then return to bed only for the cycle to repeat an hour later. By morning, you're drained, not because your body failed you, but because your evening water habits set you up for broken rest. I once heard from an older gentleman in his 80s who had a routine of drinking 2 big glasses of water before bed. He believed it helped his body cleanse overnight. But he admitted he hadn't enjoyed an uninterrupted night's sleep in over a decade. When he adjusted his routine, drinking the majority of his water earlier in the day and limiting himself to just a few sips after dinner, he noticed a dramatic change within a week. Suddenly, he was only waking once instead of several times a night. His words stuck with me. "I didn't have a prostate problem, I had a timing problem." The lesson here is simple but powerful. Hydration is crucial, but strategy matters. By prioritizing water intake earlier, say, before 6 p.m. you give your body time to process fluids before bed, reducing nighttime urgency and pressure on the prostate. If thirst creeps in late at night, take a small sip instead of a full glass. It's not about drinking less, it's about drinking smarter. What makes this change so valuable is that it not only eases pressure on the prostate, but also restores deeper, healthier sleep. Quality rest strengthens the immune system, helps balance hormones, and supports overall recovery, things your body needs more as you age. Protecting your prostate isn't just about avoiding discomfort. It's about giving your body the conditions it needs to thrive. And here's the bigger picture. Small habits repeated daily create long-term outcomes. By shifting water intake earlier, you're not just reducing bathroom trips or breaking a cycle of strain and giving your prostate a chance to stay healthier for longer. It's one of those rare, simple lifestyle adjustments that cost nothing, but pay off every single night. Take action today. start tracking when you drink your water. Challenge yourself for the next 7 days. Drink most of your fluids before evening, and limit yourself to just a few sips after dinner. Notice how many times you wake up at night, how rested you feel in the morning, and how much lighter your days feel. Sometimes the smallest change creates the biggest difference in your health. Number 2. Eating salty or processed foods at night. For many older adults, the evening meal is the biggest and most comforting part of the day. After hours of activity, it's natural to want something quick and satisfying, maybe canned soup, a frozen entree, or a plate of deli meats and cheese. It feels convenient and harmless. But when it comes to prostate health, those salty, processed dinners quietly create problems that show up long after you've gone to bed. The trouble isn't just salt as a seasoning, it's how sodium disrupts the body. High-salt meals cause you to hold on to water during the day, and that retained fluid doesn't just disappear. Instead, it pushes out overnight, forcing your bladder and prostate to handle the surge while you're trying to sleep. Add to that the preservatives and artificial ingredients in processed food, which raise blood pressure and increase inflammation, and you've created the perfect storm for nighttime discomfort. Imagine this: you eat a heavy, salty dinner, head to bed feeling full, and fall asleep. But within hours, your bladder wakes you with a sharp urge. You shuffle to the bathroom, climb back into bed, and just when you're about to drift off, the signal comes again. By morning, you feel drained, not refreshed because your body spent the night managing salt and fluids instead of resting. I once met a man named Harold, 69, who thought his nighttime bathroom trips were just part of aging. He had cut back on drinking water late at night, but was still waking up 4 or 5 times. When we looked at his eating habits, the issue became clear. His dinners often included frozen pizzas, salty stews, and late-night chips. Once Harold began replacing those meals with lighter options like grilled salmon, steamed vegetables, and fresh fruit, the difference was striking. In less than a week, he reported sleeping through the night for the first time in years. He told me, "It wasn't my eye, it was my habits." Salty processed foods don't just irritate the bladder. They ripple through the whole system, elevating blood pressure, straining circulation, and making it harder for the body to move fluids smoothly. That means more tension in the pelvic area, more irritation in the prostate, and more fatigue the next day. The good news? Small, intentional changes can flip the script. By eating cleaner, lighter dinners like roasted vegetables, lean proteins, or a warm bowl of oatsu, allow your body to truly rest. Not only does this reduce nighttime urgency, it also gives your prostate a calmer environment, lowering irritation and inflammation over time. Your prostate doesn't just react to what you drink, it reacts to the overall condition of your body. And the foods you eat at night set the stage for either tension and discomfort or relief and restoration. Number 3. Ignoring the urge to urinate at night. It's a common habit among older men. Waking up at 2 or 3 a.m., feeling that unmistakable pressure, and convincing yourself, "I'll just wait until morning." Maybe the bed feels too warm. Maybe you're too tired to shuffle across the room. Or maybe you've simply gotten used to brushing off the signal. But what feels like a harmless delay is actually a quiet strain on your body, one that builds consequences over time. When you resist the urge, your bladder keeps stretching as it fills. That stretching weakens the walls, reducing their ability to contract properly. The bladder then struggles to empty fully, which leaves behind pockets of stagnant urine. That leftover fluid isn't just uncomfortable, it becomes the perfect breeding ground for bacteria. And here's where it ties back to your prostate. The pressure from an overfilled bladder pushes against an already sensitive gland, fueling inflammation, slower flow, and a greater chance of infection. I once met George, a retired bus driver in his 70s. He prided himself on sleeping through the night no matter what. But over time, his mornings started with dull lower belly aches and frequent trips to the bathroom just to feel some relief. After a checkup, his doctor explained that years of ignoring those nighttime urges had left his bladder less efficient, forcing his prostate to work harder. When George finally changed the habit, allowing himself to get up when needed, he noticed a remarkable difference. Less morning discomfort, smoother flow, and fewer repeat bathroom visits. Your body's signals aren't inconveniences. they're survival mechanisms. The urge to release at night isn't there to annoy you, it's a message that the system needs relief. Ignoring it doesn't build toughness, it builds tension. And that tension has a way of amplifying prostate discomfort, swelling, and irritation in ways that sneak up quietly. Now, there's no need to leap out of bed every single time if it happens too often. That can be a sign of another issue worth discussing with a doctor. But when your bladder truly calls, answer it. Pair that habit with smart prevention. Ease up on late-night fluids, cut down on salty snacks, and give your system the best chance to rest. Think of it this way. Every time you choose to get up, you're giving your prostate a break. You're protecting your bladder from overwork and sparing yourself from the cascade of problems that come with neglect. It's not about losing sleep, it's about gaining health. And in the long run, those few steps to the bathroom are a far lighter burden than the complications of ignoring your body's warning signs. Number 4. Sleeping on your stomach. Of all the ways to drift off at night, lying face down might seem harmless, maybe even cozy. But for men over 60, this position can quietly work against your health in ways you might never suspect. When you sleep on your stomach, your weight naturally presses forward, pushing against your lower abdomen and pelvic area. This pressure may be subtle, but over hours and years, it can influence blood flow, increase pelvic tension, and strain the delicate balance around your bladder and prostate. The prostate is a small gland, but it's like a sensitive pressure valve that doesn't take much to cause discomfort. Repeated nightly pressure can contribute to inflammation, slow drainage of the urinary tract, and worsen the symptoms of an already enlarged prostate. You might not even connect your morning stiffness, belly tightness, or frequent bathroom trips with how you've been sleeping. But your body remembers what it endures night after night. I once spoke with a man in his 70s who swore he had digestive troubles each morning. The discomfort was so consistent that he thought something was wrong with his diet. Yet, after reviewing his habits, we discovered that he always fell asleep on his stomach with one knee bent high to the side. When he made the switch to side sleeping with a pillow between his legs, the digestive tightness faded away. What he thought was a food issue turned out to be a posture problem. Here is the truth. Your body doesn't just rest when you sleep, it resets. Every position you hold shapes the way your blood circulates, how your muscles recover, and how your organs function. Sleeping on your stomach might feel natural, but it quietly disrupts this reset process. It creates tension instead of release, pressure instead of flow, and strain instead of healing. If you want true recovery at night, the position you choose matters just as much as the hours you spend asleep. Side sleeping, particularly on your left side, can be a game changer. This position relieves pressure on the pelvic organs and promotes better circulation. Adding a supportive pillow between the knees or a small wedge under the legs can ease tension further, allowing your body to rest instead of fight against itself. The truth is, sleep isn't just about quantity, it's about quality. And quality depends heavily on how your body is positioned during those 6 to 8 hours. Think of your sleeping position as long-term investment. Every night, you're either giving your body the environment to wreck or piling on stress it doesn't need. By breaking the stomach sleeping habit, you're not only reducing strain on your prostate, but also supporting spinal alignment, improving digestion, and even protecting your heart and lungs. Small changes, practiced consistently, can build lasting benefits. So if you find yourself waking up stiff, unrested, or with pressure in your lower abdomen, don't just look at your evening meals or bathroom schedule, look at how you're lying in bed. Shifting to a healthier sleeping posture may be the quiet key to more restful nights and better mornings. One simple change tonight can shape years of healthier tomorrows. The call to action is this: don't wait until discomfort forces you to change, take control now. Try a new sleep position tonight, experiment with pillows, and give your body the relief it deserves. Small, intentional choices today can transform your health tomorrow. Your future self will thank you. Number 5. Skipping that last trip to the bathroom before bed. It may feel like no big deal. You're already under the covers, warm and settled, and the thought of getting up again seems more bothersome than necessary. So you decide to wait until morning. But here's the catch, especially for men over 60. Skipping that final trip to the bathroom before sleep can quietly set you up for a restless night and bigger problems down the road. When you lie down with even a partially full bladder, that urine isn't just sitting harmlessly. It creates a constant, low-level pressure on your bladder wall and the sensitive tissues nearby, including the prostate. Over hours, that pressure can irritate, disrupt circulation, and signal your body into a cycle of unnecessary tension. What feels like nothing at bedtime can grow into interrupted sleep, harder mornings, and subtle inflammation you don't notice until it builds up. I once spoke with a retired teacher named Samuel, who admitted he avoided the bathroom before bed out of routine laziness. He said, "If the urge wasn't strong, I figured it could wait." But over time, he found himself waking up 2 or 3 times in the night, tossing and turning with pressure he couldn't ignore. Once he started making it a point to empty his bladder every night before climbing into bed, urge or not, he noticed he slept deeper and woke up with far less discomfort. Here's the truth. Your bladder and prostate work like teammates. When you ignore one, you put stress on the other. By holding back at night, you're forcing your prostate to deal with unnecessary tension while you sleep. That habit not only makes swelling more likely, but also creates the perfect environment for bacteria to linger, especially if your bladder doesn't fully empty in the morning. Adding a nighttime bathroom break into your bedtime routine is less about urgency and more about prevention. Just like brushing your teeth or washing your face, it's a way of telling your body, we're closing things down for the day. Even if it's just a small amount, the relief it provides helps reduce pressure, improve sleep, and give your prostate the rest it deserves. Think of it as a gift to your future self. That extra minute before bed can translate into fewer wake-ups at night, easier mornings, and a calmer rhythm in your lower body. Small changes practiced daily are what create the biggest results over time. So tonight, before you switch off the lights, take that extra step. You may be surprised at how much difference it makes. The call to action is simple. Stop ignoring your body's signals. Make that last trip to the bathroom part of your nightly routine, even if the urge feels weak. It's one of the smallest choices you can make, yet it pays off in deeper rest, better mornings, and long-term prostate health. Don't wait until problems force you to change. Start tonight. Too many men treat prostate troubles as if they're an unavoidable price of getting older. The restless nights, the repeated trips to the bathroom, that constant pressure in the lower belly, it all gets brushed off as just part of aging. But here's the reality. Not every bit of that discomfort is written in stone. Sometimes it's less about age and more about the small choices we repeat every single night. Think about it. Habits that seem harmless can quietly wear your body down. Drinking too much water right before bed, loading up on salty dinners, holding back when you feel the urge, sleeping in positions that press against your pelvis, or skipping that last bathroom trip altogether. None of these seem dangerous in the moment. But stacked up night after night, they add pressure where your body least needs it, making your prostate work harder than it should. Here is the good news. Your body is built to restore itself when you give it the chance. You don't need expensive treatments or drastic lifestyle changes. What you need is space for your bladder to empty, space for your prostate to breathe, and space for your body to rest without hidden stress. Often, the smallest shifts open the biggest doors to comfort, recovery, and peace of mind. So ask yourself, which of these habits might be sneaking into your nights? And more importantly, which one will you choose to change starting tonight? Share your answer below. We'd love to hear your story. Your experience might be the encouragement another man needs to finally make his own change. If this message resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. Like, subscribe, and share so more people can learn how small choices can create big improvements. Your support helps us keep building this community of knowledge, encouragement, and better living. Thanks for spending this time with us, and remember, better nights today mean stronger days tomorrow. We'll see you in the next video.